Tonight we are digging more deeply into the history of Tiffany and Marshall Gentry.
There was an Amber Alert issued for the couple's kids yesterday. The family is from Camden County and were found in Indiana.
On your sides, Jocelyn Howard is at the Camden County Courthouse where she has found some documents about this family's history. Jocelyn?
Guys, you can see how thick this pile is. I found dozens of documents pertaining to the couple's divorce, and apparently that was dropped this month. We were talking with Tiffany yesterday, who said that her family is happy and healthy and safe, and they're going to give their relationship another try, but we've talked to officials, and they say in the past their relationship has been rocky.
There has been some calls in the past that was at that location.
Captain Larry Bruce says officers have stood by the Gentry house on multiple occasions as either husband or wife would move out of the house.
We know that there was a pending divorce action that was going to be occurring.
We've obtained those court documents. The couple got married in 2012, but Marshall Gentry filed for divorce in November.
We always look at the history of the family.
Dozens of documents dating from November to January show conflicting arguments from each of the Gentrys about their relationship. Both claim the other wasn't a fit parent for their 3 young children, and both were asking for full custody and access to their family home. Angela and Charles Koger, who identified themselves as Tiffany Gentry's parents, wrote a letter to the court advocating for Marshall Gentry to have full custody. The letter said Child Protective Services have been called on multiple occasions in reference to the children's clothes being big and dirty, as well as one child coming to school covered in bugs. The Kogers wrote they would help Marshall Gentry parent in any way they could, even if he was deployed. Despite the letter, the court gave Tiffany Gentry full custody of the children on January 30th. Marshall Gentry was told he could visit every other weekend. When we talked to Tiffany Gentry yesterday after the family was found, she said she and her husband are trying to work things out again. Now, we were in close contact with Tiffany yesterday, and we were going to try and call her back again today, but her phone has actually been disconnected. I found her on Facebook and asked if she and the family are still in Indiana, and she has not responded. From the Camden County Courthouse, I'm Jocelyn Howard, First Coast News, on your side.